Hi all and welcome. My name's Connor Wool, and as you may know, I'm president and co-host of Manhattan Beach Cars and Coffee. Now, we usually like to do a monthly highlight of the top 3 best cars at the show. This month, it's a little hard to choose as we have such amazing diversity and quality amongst the makes and models. But today, this is one of my personal favorites, the 2011 Porsche GT3 RS 4.0. This is one of, I believe, 499 vehicles. But what makes it so special is it has the upgraded 4.0 engine. Now, naturally from the factory, this was a 3.8, and it came from the 3.6 in the previous 997.1 generation GT3 RS. But this is special as it has the upgraded power, and then a couple other goodies that really make it just a raw, naturally aspirated machine around the track. This is one of my favorites, and it stands out in the black-black combination and spec. But Aiden, what makes this car really special as well?
Well, first of all, it's a fully black car, which is really interesting and unique. And if you look a little bit in the interior, so come and check this out. Of course, the windows are closed, but it's got comfort sports seats instead of the carbon fiber, seats that you can race in. But, we love to talk to our owners, and we're very involved in the show.
Yep.
And this owner's got a couple Porsches, and he's come for many years, and it's great to see a car like this that was ordered to be a driver and to drive it every day, and those seats just highlight that.
And rarely do you see a car like this, especially the 4.0, driven on such a consistent basis. This spec is really fantastic, as we said, but what really makes the RS 4.0 a game changer in the Porsche world is how raw it is. It's one of the last Metzger engines made from the factory. And with 500 plus horsepower to the rear wheels, it sounds so raw. The naturally aspirated sound of it all, the clutch feel is beyond heavy. I would say it weighs or feels like it weighs 50 pounds or more. But the sound when you rev it out to about 8,500 is just ridiculous. So
and it seems like every month we're always talking about analog and naturally aspirated, and this is just another example of those cars. And unfortunately, fading away, right?
Yeah.
So important to see them and preserve them, and
yeah, look out for these online.
So as many of you know, we have our Aston Martins highlighting this November show today. And I mean, Connor, this is the best of the best pretty much. I mean,
we have new Vantages, new Vanquishes, but what's really standing out today is not only the DB5 out front, but also this V8 Vantage from 1999 that's actually a very, very rare Le Mans edition. Now, this car was created in 1999 to commemorate Aston Martin's 1959 win at Le Mans, the famous race in France. Now, this car, how many did they make, Aiden?
less than 100.
Less than 100.
Yeah.
So we are standing in front of one of the rarest Astons of all time. Now, what makes this car so special is not only the twin screw supercharger that this car has, and I can't tell if it's the V590 or the V600 specification, but we're gonna go off the V600 specification for this kind of discussion. So this is a ZF 6-speed manual. As I said, the twin screw supercharger V8 in this car, but it also has some specialized bodywork, such as these openings in the bonnet, these radiator openings as well.
Magnesium hollow wheels. I mean, these are beautiful wheels. And I mean, you can't have an Aston Martin that's this special without it being green, let alone green on the interior. It's just beautiful and stunning.
And so this car also has bodywork that kind of resembles the DBR1 that won that 1959 race at Le Mans. And it looks absolutely stunning. And there's something to be said about early 2000s design, especially from the Aston Martin brand.
So here we're standing in front of a 1953 Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith, one of my favorite cars. I love British cars, and this is just a beautiful example of it. I'm actually standing with the owner. How are you doing? Thanks for coming to the show. You've been coming to our show forever. You're one of the OGs.
Yeah, like 15 years.
15 years.
Some like, how long have you been doing this?
Just about that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the car.
It's a one-only car. It was ordered by a big industrialist in New York. He ordered this and a Sedenka coupe, a Bentley coupe. and they took delivery of both in Paris and toured the continent for the summer. And then they came back to New York where they lived. And this was actually his wife's car, but he also used it to pick up customers at the airport.
We don't.
And I bought the car 38 years ago
Right.
as a second thought. I went to Florida to buy a convertible and bought that and bought this at the same time.
And did you buy it and it looked like this, or did you do restoration to
The
it?
outside looked really good. The under the hood and underneath were terrible. So the underneath of this car looks as good as the top now.
Wow, impressive.
If you look underneath, it's just as shiny.
So I have to ask this
Every
question
single-
because it's got the partition. Do you ever get driven in the back, or are you driving the car?
I've only ridden in the back once for a very short time.
Okay. With Grey Poupon?
No, that's a Silver Cloud. And when you ride in the back of this car, you don't even know it has a drivetrain. It's so silent. It's very cool.
Thanks for coming to the show. Really appreciate it. It was a beautiful car.
Yeah, this car is unbelievable to drive.
Stunning.
Now, while it's Aston Martin month at Manhattan Beach Cars and Coffee, we have 3 absolute showstoppers, 3 Gullwing coupes. Now, I'm standing with one of the owners for this car in particular, and this specification is absolutely stunning. What's the color combination? Can you tell me a little bit more about this car in particular? Just a brief overview of the car.
Sure, Connor. Well, first of all, thanks for letting us be here.
Of course.
With these, wonderful toys of history. This color is anthracite gray, metallic gray over a cognac interior. That's not the actual original color of the car.
Sure.
It was born in a light blue over gray.
Okay.
But I particularly like this color, and that's why I've been looking for about 10 years for this one. So I'm glad I found it.
Yeah, and so did you restore this car yourself, or go through the process yourself, or
No.
did you buy it completely redone, ready to go?
I bought it completely restored. It was restored in 1999 in
Okay.
Sweden.
Okay.
And the motor was done by HK in Germany, which is really the most reputable for these kind of cars.
Sure. And can you just touch on the motor, kind of engineering, how much power comes from this car? What makes it so special?
So-
Besides for the design itself.
Right. So actually, this is a 56.
Okay.
The car was introduced in 1954, and it was groundbreaking for its time because
Sure.
it's a 3-liter and a straight 6. But the real secret sauce in the car was that it has mechanical fuel injection.
Okay.
And that system was really groundbreaking, and it made the car run faster than anything on the planet at that time. So that was, it was just a car to have, and it's still a car to have.
I didn't know that actually, but I mean, it's absolutely stunning, and I hope you enjoy for the next decades to come.
Sure.
This is special, so hope to see you at Manhattan Beach Cars and Coffee again at some point soon.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, nice
Thanks,
meeting
Scott.
you as well.
Likewise.